Just see these beautiful bags and wallets. How beautiful. But do you know what? These are made of coconut water. Can you believe it? Even I couldn't until Zosana Gumbasova, the founder of malai.eco, just introduced these products to me. Malai.eco is a brand that is
a project and a startup which is based in Kerala near Kochi. And it was founded by myself and by Susmit Susilan, who is from Kottayam. I'm from Slovakia. And we started our initiative with a few things in mind. We really wanted to explore potential of something called bacterial cellulose, and we wanted to see whether it's realistically possible to have materials that are truly circular in nature. How would that work, and whether we are actually ready to interact with materials of this kind. And so we started as a research project, focusing on these issues, and we slowly evolved into also commercial venture. We produce materials which are known as biocomposites, which are based on bacterial cellulose and natural fibers in our small processing unit near Kochi, actually. And yeah, we are still doing a lot of R&D and still trying to bring awareness to what this category of materials actually represent and what it means for us.
conceptualized and manufactured in Kochi. They take the water from coconut which are otherwise gone to the drains. They capture it and sterilize and feed it into different types of bacteria. In the process, it produces a pellicle or sheet of material which is composed of tiny nanofibers of cellulose which is small in size and length. From here, it goes for fermentation which takes another 12 to 14 days, which they eventually make either into leather sheets or mix it with natural fiber and make biocomposite materials. And this is what is known as the vegan leather, which is completely different from natural leather. Let's see how Susanna is differentiating the natural leather with the vegan leather, or malai leather as she calls it.
Ours is, of course, not based on animal hide. We are based on natural fibers that work together. We are fully compostable, which you cannot say about most of the leather. Most of the leather is actually not only chromium 10, I think it's about 80 to 90% these days, but also you have to understand that the coatings that go into a leather finishing are also based on petroleum products. So hence the difference. In terms of mechanical properties, again, it's very hard to generalize because leather comes in many forms and grades and kinds. In terms of tensile strength, we would be, I guess, in a similar range than some of the leathers of the same thicknesses. Leather is usually quite stretchy material, which you cannot say about the malai. We don't have that much elasticity in our material yet. Also, in terms of durability, I suppose our materials would be designed to last you anywhere from 4 to 8 years, let's say. They are compostable at the end of the day, so you have to understand that there is a limitation to longevity if you keep that as your priority. A leather might biodegrade in 40-50 years, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so I think these would be major differences, but is very difficult to generalize because leather is not the one uniform material. There's many kinds, many forms.
Though they are a B2B oriented company, this innovative creation caught the eyes of big brands easily, and they have collaborated with Nike and Lakme already. But to get the aid from the state government to such a small startup, Susanna thinks it takes more time, which at the end of the day is sad. She said, so far there is zero help from the government. But she and her team never stops to think big, and her next goal is to
find that kind of partner and investor that aligns in terms of values and expectations, and to start building up our organization bit by bit to finish the R&D that's been pending for a long time because of lack of the funds, and to design the correct way of scaling up our operations.